encoder, H.264 encoder, AMD Advanced Media Framework. And you have a bunch of presets here. I do have a slightly outdated version. Hopefully it doesn't look that much different from the newer versions. But you have your reset to defaults one, just in case you've messed up settings too much and you need to reset them all. So you have recording, high quality, indistinguishable, lossless, Twitch and YouTube. Now for streaming, obviously I would just stick it to Twitch, and I was streaming yesterday. I was streaming Battlefield 1 and I found these settings to be pretty good. Obviously your quality is more dictated by how much uploading speed, how good your internet is. So I had it at 3800 and I didn't get any frame drops. I didn't get, I had very low CPU overhead. It was like less than 5%. I was streaming in 720p at 60 FPS and it was really good. That you would always have it too, and quality preset I would have that at speed. Just an observation, quality preset it doesn't actually dictate quality, it dictates the encoding speed. Onto the recording tab, we have your recording format, just leave that on MP4. Obviously keep that, and I should probably say that I have the view mode on expert. It might be on basic, but I stick this on expert just to have a little bit more freedom with settings. I keep that on quality, tends to be fine, and all of this cube quality presets, I just leave that. VB buffer, I think he recommends on his FAQ to put the fullness up to 100. You can experiment with that if you want. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, but there you go. Frame skipping and HRD disable. Keyframe, I left that by default. And B picture pattern and B picture reference. These are two important settings that were controversial in the earlier versions of the AMF. With the outputted video file, they caused a lot of frame drops and it was just unusable, and it was because of these two settings here. So you would turn B picture pattern all the way down to 0 and disable this if you're having any problems. It does say if you mouse over the settings, it gives you actually a little box, a little window that indicates what it impacts. So slightly improves quality but lowers encoding performance, and this is what I have found. I've always left it off. I've never tried to enable it just because it doesn't have any impact on quality that I've noticed anyway, that I've wanted to enable it and see. I've just left it disabled. So, you know, you can try it if you want, but I have found problems with it in the past, so I've disabled it. Deep blocking filter, definitely enable this for recordings, otherwise, you know, it's just going to be a bunch of blocks in your recording. And all this other stuff I leave as default. On the audio tab, put on to 320 if you're recording, or 160 if you're streaming, and then onto audio you just leave that 44, and obviously make sure you have the correct audio device. And if you're recording your mic or whatever, one thing that I should note is that you aren't able to split the audio streams like you can with the DxTory, so just keep that in mind if you want to maybe remove your voice later. You can't do that. It's not like the DxTory, you can't split the streams, or yeah. Onto the video tab, so you've got your canvas resolution and then your scaled resolution. Make sure these are whatever you want them to be. Recording, I'd have them at 1080p. Bicubic and Lanczos, I've not really seen that much of a difference. I don't think there would be that much of an observable difference at 25% scaling, so I've always left on Lanczos.